So Warframe got this new survival mode. Oh, sorry, new game mode. Apparently, they let anything be a game mode these days. With this new game mode, several questions arise. Who is the best frame for teasing information content? What is the rewards? How good are they? Can you level cap? And so on. But there's one question remaining, one which strangely is ignored or grossly underreported. We are of course talking about the profitability of conjunction survival. Right, we need to determine exactly what rewards we will achieve in this game mode in terms of rotational rewards, the drops of fallen foes and the like. Then we will run it through the most useful trader tool, that being Warframe.market. Finally, we will trim the results by eliminating insignificant rewards that we would never actually be able to sell, and then discuss the effectiveness of multiplicative loot factors such as despoil or boosters. Let's get right to it. Let's start with the AABC rotation, or in other words, the rewards the game will reward every 5 minutes no matter what, just because it is consistent and thusly easy to talk about. I've excluded items that cannot be traded and the random relics that can also be rewarded from here. So, on a rotation A, we have 400 Endo, the Paragale blueprint and the Seraphim blueprint. You might be wondering, why is the blueprints 0 platinum? Well, they are not tradable. Their parts are, but the blueprints are not. Yes, this does mean that half of the rotational rewards only gives you 400 Endo less than 40% of the time. So, that's not where we will find our value. In fact, an A rotation in this game mode is only worth on average 0.5 platinum. Please note that the total chance is the odds of getting any sellable items, and the total plat is how much plat you will make on average per that rotation. What about rotation B then? Well, as you can see, we have quite a few additional rewards. All the weapon parts drop from this rotation. Unfortunately, a great majority of people are playing this new node for the sole reason of getting their grabby paws on Raruna. And inadvertently, they end up with spare sets of the Paragale and Seraphim, which create supply without demand. Each part only goes for 5 platinum, so even with a 40% chance of getting at least one part, it's still not going to produce much income. I've only allowed this low value part to count for anything because they can be sold as a full set. It is largely the same story with the Arcanes. They do sell for 9 platinum each, but still 8% ain't much. Finally, we have rotation C, which is super empty, but that's because this reward table is dominated by relics and Raruna's parts and blueprint. Again, the Arcanes are only worth 9 platinum and they only have 20% chance of even getting you one of them. I don't think that I have to tell you why this is so terrible. Now, something I've neglected to mention is Lua Thrax Plasm, which is the Neo resource of the update. It drops with a 100% chance alongside any rotational rewards in a fixed amount that cannot be affected by anything, including resource boosters and Warframe abilities that is aimed towards multiplying loot drops such as Despoil, Pilfering Strangledome or Pilfering Swarm. On Juvarium, you will get 3 Lua Thrax Plasm every rotation. On Circulus, you will receive 5 instead. If you can handle Steel Path Circulus, such a hard name to pronounce, then you'll end up with 6 Lua Thrax Plasm every 5 minutes. Let's find out how much 1 Lua Thrax Plasm is in platinum. We can do this by taking the cost of 1 arcane on Warframe.market and dividing it by the cost of acquiring that arcane with Lua Thrax Plasm. This gives us a conversion rate of 0.6. So here's the platinum rate for 5 minutes. It's yeah. I've gone ahead and calculated the profitability of these rewards alone for 20 minutes, 1 hour and 8 grueling hours of conjunction survival. Anyways, let's talk drops. Here we will focus on the rewards that are not commonly found in all missions. Thusly, we do not consider the endo of the mods dropped by random enemies, for instance, among many other restrictions. The new Lua Thrax enemies spawn every 5 minutes in a group of 0 to 2 at a time. Any additional tenno in the mission will also spawn 1 additional Lua Thrax. They have a 30% chance to drop Lua Thrax Plasm, and here is a chart demonstrating how much Lua Thrax Plasm will drop calculated in platinum and scale based on how many people are in the mission. Let's be real, it is not looking great for Conjunction Survival. Let's give it a fighting chance and allow Acolyte Drops to count, even if that is available in every Steel Path mission. Right, an Acolyte will drop 2 Steel Essence with a 100% chance of actually dropping that Essence, which is worth 0.2 Platinum each. If you're wondering where we're getting the 0.2 value from, you can check this video on the probability of Ribbon rolls. Regardless, here is the platinum per every 5 minutes with Lua Thrax Plasm and Steel Essence scaled with squad members. And for our grand total, this gives us 8.2 platinum every 20 minutes. 1 hour will result in 25 platinum, and if you dedicate an entire day to just this one farm, you will earn 196 platinum, not even 200. And you will end up with a ton of tiny items, hard to sell crap as well. So then, why should you play this survival reskin? And it really is a reskin. If you've played Steel Path Survival, then you've played this already. Anyways, you must play this to acquire the Paragale and Seraphim blueprint, as they are not tradable, and neither is Raruna. But once you've got her, there's absolutely no reason to be here. It is much faster to simply farm relics and then buy the arcanes you want with the Plasm made from aforementioned relics. So hear me out for just 1 minute. These nodes will be as dead as Railjack in 2 weeks from now. I find this grind to be particularly boring because it is 100% deterministic. You know what you're going to get and when you're going to get it. This process cannot be expedited by any means, not even with boosters purchased with premium currency. I should say that even with double boosters and a full squad of dedicated loot frames, you can only increase your Lua Thrax Plasm by 40%. Your skill as a player doesn't matter. Your knowledge of the game mechanics and efficient looting in a looter shooter, irrelevant. Spending 80 premium currency to get 4 times more loot? Nah, you're just gonna get 40% more instead. This is the definition of a time sink. And yes, I do know that this entire game is one big time sink, but come on, at least try and make it feel like it's not. Okay, anyways, just kidding, it is not over yet. I've been lying to you this whole time. Sentient fighters spawn in roughly every 5 minutes or so and leave behind 3 to 7 sentient cores. And according to our calculations, 1 sentient core is worth 0.075 platinum. Okay, anyways, so we will see you in the next one.